Yes, we got the boy Akoye in the building, man. Finna talk about this film. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Welcome, brother. Good to hear from you again, homie.
Likewise, good brother. Likewise, man. Pleasure to have you.
Right.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, Akoye been really I would say this and I mean this, man. Akoye is one of a kind. He is
Likewise, good brother.
Yeah, no, I mean that, bro. You one of a kind. Hold on, this OC. Let me see what's up. OC, I got the stream going, bro. Send another link. I got you. All right. Yeah, so we gonna have to kind of, what my boy Law say, fly the plane while it's in the air. Hey, man, that's what you gotta do, man.
Plane while it's flying.
It's all in the game, man. But yeah, but as I was saying though, like now, like he truly one of a kind. Like he really know his thing. He know his niche, and he's real good at it. You know, he goes in there and he really does the work. He does the grind. That's why I respect the hell out of Akoye. And then another thing I'm gonna say too is, oh, no doubt, big bro, no doubt. Another thing I say about Akoye, which, and I'm telling, a lot of this stuff I've learned like recently from just really getting to know him, is Akoye, this is where I know me and him are similar. We do not mind going against the crowd. You know, it's just,
that's a fact.
That's a fact. And he really on the right side of history. That's what it's about. It's right. Trying to represent the film as it represents itself.
I still like that logo. I don't even got this logo no more. Neither the one that y'all got up here. I got grabbed. I don't got that change.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you, big bro.
I'm gonna rip it off. I'm gonna rip it offline from this video. Oh, yeah.
Right on, OG. All right, we still building the plane while it's in there, man. I got to get the OC in here, then we go start the film session. This is gonna be a pure film session, y'all. So if y'all looking to be entertained, this might not be the show. It's not an entertainment show, it's a fact show. So y'all just stay with us, man. It's all gonna be about the facts, not entertainment today. Well, you gonna be entertained if you like facts, if you like film, but if you looking for rah-rah, this ain't gonna be the show. Just be honest with you.
Factual.
All right, here we go, man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, here we go.
We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them chick we don't fall out. Me and my chick we don't fall out. We mind our business, we all out.
Let's
Break
go.
I
see the
we
boys
get
in the
all
building,
out.
man.
I
We
hate my
wait on
job,
the
I'ma
OC.
call out. Boss of myself, job
class,
out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep
All right, here
rifles
we
and
go.
looters. Some people just trifling and
See a
lose.
lot of people in the building.
At night they be
See
cruising.
y'all.
I can put together.
All right.
Hey, y'all Kenson Yetta. My hitters be tougher than leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the F in. Step in with my best friends. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out, ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house.
There we go.
Empty till we all out.
Amen.
I got the juice and I'm crazy and crazy. And if you not a killer, don't
There
say
we go.
His
All
squad
right,
ain't
let's
nothing
get
to
some
play
comments in here.
with. Undertaker and a
There
grave
we
dig.
go.
Best man like Tate
Mark.
Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella all out. Ball out, get called out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out.
All
Ball
right.
out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
All right, welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. We got the one and only Akoye in the building. We waiting on the OC, so he's gonna be a little bit blank for a little second, but you know we not gonna waste no time. We gonna get right into the film. But before we get into the film, okay, you want to say something, bro?
Definitely do, man. Number one, I know people, who did watch the Twitter feed back and forth just for clarity's sake. There was nothing to really squash, but you and I definitely talked offline. And the one thing I want to drive home without turning this into a soap opera or any of that is, and so I love and respect what you guys do here. And at the end of the day, I'm always going to show love and support, just like you guys show love and support for me. But sometimes those lines, even with me, get blurred. So,
Yeah.
And you talking to the guy who was the assassin when it comes to content and throwing shit out there. So I understand when like I just watched the video and then I flew off the cuff because at the end of the day, like I know you saying it was like something to be funny, and I'm like, hey, I didn't know, nobody told me anything on that.
Right.
So from an optics standpoint, I just had to make it clear, like, look, man, been building the round table for a long time. Shout out to everybody on the round table, Law included, Vach included, Foot, Sky, all those guys, including yourselves, man. So when it comes to that, like, I want everybody here that's in this community to understand that we here to grow this shit, man. Not like, knowing you windows on nothing. And I'm not, and that's on both sides. I don't know what transpired back then, but I was unaware of it. So once I got aware, I did the same thing you did. So me coming at you saying, hey, you flew up the cuff. I flew up the cuff and went right to Twitter with it too. So at the end of the day, just, and nothing to squash, because this is content. We ain't in the streets. And let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just know that baby, that Vach big baby bro, man. Him and Law and Tyson were a huge part of what you see in the Akoye media today. So I'm always gonna pay homage to those who started me and helped me get to where I'm at. So bang with them, man.
That's
They
what's
say
up.
it's freezing on us.
They say it's freezing on us.
Yeah, I don't know why though. Like I should be. I think I'm cool over here, But you saw my camera wasn't all the way right, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? But can they see me now? Am I still freezing?
Nah,
Chris?
it might be the stream. If it's the stream, bro, we go just have to pause it and just do it later.
Yeah.
Cause we gotta
All
be
right.
able to see the film, and just
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
listen, y'all tell us if y'all can see this film. If y'all can't see the film, we go cut it. We also wait on the OC too. It ain't no rush on this either. Like, this is something that we got to talk about. But anyway, let's get right into it, big bro. All right,
Yes,
and
sir.
so we don't got the OC with us, but we gonna still cue his thing, man. We gotta cue my boy thing. So here we go.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
All right, so we got the film up. So we go do it a little bit different today. Okay. So what we go do, so we go do it real. Okay. And I did it like this, Akoye, so nobody can cheat. Cause you know what we do when the film is on, when we supposed to be looking at still, we looking at Connor Williams, or we look, no, your eyes go be focused today.
Right.
And I will also say this as we waiting on the OC. I would also say, participate with us because we have something for the fans. All right. For everybody that's listening.
I'm on the YouTube now so I can comment with them because I can't see the chats from here. So
Okay.
I'm comment while you're doing it, but I'm listening to you.
So we got a Cowboys World Chat. So as we break down each one, all right, y'all got to put whether it was a plus or minus. All right. And also, Akoye gonna be able to do the same. So after we show the film, we go look at still, we go put a plus. Then it's gonna be my turn. I'm gonna put a plus or minus. Then it's gonna be the OC.
Listen, man. I don't want it to be like an assassination on one of the. We already gonna know what it is.
No, we looking at both of them, bro.
Assassinate the bull, bro. Because I did. All right, let's look at both of them.
All right, we gonna look at both of them, bro. This is no bias.
Video yesterday is still brutal. Like it's gonna be brutal.
Oh yeah, you went
I just
hard.
did one on it.
You went hard.
I went heavy on them,
man. You went.
But like I said, I hope they know it ain't personal. I just
No.
want you to step up and play hard, man. Step up and play hard and do what you do. That's the way we are here. I want to win.
Yeah.
And I really, my passion, like before we even lead into it, the passion on that, not to explain myself like I did something wrong, and it wasn't even about that.
Yeah.
It's just more so just explaining where that angle and that passion is coming from. I watched Dak get his ankle broke last year, right?
Mhm.
Although he was out of the pocket running, doing that, you saw him strain his calf on that same leg this year. And not just from a protect Dak because I'm out to keep him healthy standpoint, but also we are winning. And in a season where we look back on like 2016 where Romo got hurt, Dak came in and did a great job for us. But at the same time, everybody said like, oh, what would have happened if we would have got that veteran back in there that year? We could have went all the way, right? But Romo was hurt that year. We had a team that year. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at Dak this year and the way we're playing, I love Collins. Got no problem with him personally. It's not like I care about Collins or Steele's paycheck and I care which one of them start. I care about who plays well in the uniform protecting Dak Prescott, period, because that's what makes us win right now. And we saw what happened last week when that was in disarray. We already see that they're going to go back and do it again this week. Hopefully they switch them because the philosophy, I think you touched on this when we spoke. We both touched on it actually, but the philosophy is like if you're already stable, if Steele is already doing the job and he's stable and he's playing well, he's upright for most plays, and you know you're going to struggle somewhere, don't struggle in two places. Just allow Liel to play on the left and struggle over there. That would be my philosophy and the way I look at it. Although switching from right to left isn't the simplest, I figure if you're going to struggle and you only have a person to help, make it so that you only have to help one and not two. Because we saw what that did to us last week.
Right on. And listen, and see, when I talked to Akoye, I called him on the phone. Like, we building that type of relationship where my first question was like, bro, what's your thoughts on Denver? Just broad, right? Because I respect his mind. Now, I'm going to just tell y'all right now, it look like we having some streaming issues, so we're not going to do the film session. Let's just talk a little bit, and then we'll do this later. I'm sorry about this, y'all. We got it queued up, but the OC not able to come in, and they saying it's lagging, so we'll fix that before we bring y'all the film. So, but let's just talk a little bit, because you already kind of talking about what we was going to get into anyway. I want to talk about solutions going forward with tackle, you know? Because that's what Akoye talking about now, solutions. So,
right.
And at first I was stuck on this, right? I was real stuck, bro.
If it take 3 weeks for him to get right, that's too long for me. 3 weeks. if you risking that getting hurt in those 3 weeks, I'm not for it. I just don't feel it. That's just really how I feel, man. And
Right.
that's based off the film. But go ahead, my boy.
No. Listen, cause see, I want y'all to go to Akoye Media's page, okay? All right, so I'm gonna blow this up where everybody can see it real clear. All right. So he did a breakdown on Collins, and I talked. Collins was looking so bad to me that I just had to stop it and do it. You know, I had to do it strictly on him because Akoye, people think we crazy. People really think that
I am crazy, but not over that.
yeah, it's not crazy, and people saying we buffering. So do y'all best to listen to us. We go kind of change this. We go change it like this for right now, and just listen to us, so you don't worry about the buffing. All right, buffering.
Gotcha.
But just real quick, just because we talking about solutions now, all right? So talking about solutions, we getting to the end of the film break, because we go do the film breakdown. It's just likely not gonna be today. But this is the deal. I was thinking, because stuff started coming out. When I started really watching the film, I saw a lot of, and what you showed very clear was Lael was doing a lot of falling, a lot. And I think that's from his hip.
His feet with him with his punches. I don't. But see, that's the thing. Here's what I did after we talked, right? Because we had a long conversation about him yesterday.
Yeah.
After we talked and you pointed out the Tampa Bay game, I went back and looked at the Tampa Bay game, all 4 quarters, in comparison to this one, and it was drastically different. In Tampa Bay, you can see that he had his strength in the beginning of the game. Like throughout the first 2.5, 3 quarters, he was solid money. In the 4th quarter, you can see he got gassed a little bit, and that's a stark cry. You could go in there with one or the other. You can't miss all 3. Meaning you can't not have wind, can't be tired, can't not have power, right, and bad footwork. You can't be a good lineman without all 3 of those things, right? And in the Tampa Bay game, he just got winded. He lost his wind, but he had his power and he had his footwork. His technique was sound. It just was he got tired in the 4th quarter. I understood your original concern and your breakdown when you broke him down in Tampa Bay when you look at the 4th quarter, but it was just the 4th quarter. In this game, however, so that's why I take it off of his hip, because if it was his hip, he played well in Tampa Bay.
Right.
But that pisses you off a little bit more because the hip takes it off of work ethic. If you put it on the hip, you say, okay, he hurt. I mean, Connor Williams played on the torn ACL. I couldn't fault that man for that either, but he was hurt. So if you're saying Lael Collins is hurt, that's an excuse for him. I don't think he's hurt. I think he's truly out of shape. And that's not a problem if you're looking at a team that's, for week 1, we haven't won anything yet, it's whatever, but we have been winning, and we just had Dak get hurt. So when you look at it that way, how long is too long to have to wait for Lael to get back up to speed and taking reps while in live games? Because that's what we're doing. We're taking reps in live games to get him back up to speed in live games when it count, So not to make him the sole reason we lost, but or the sole reason we have problems, or the sole reason if we were to struggle this week that we would. I don't want to make him the scapegoat, because he's truly not. But when you watch how many times he was actually on the ground in the film, that was too much to count, and it was too much to ignore, because at the end of the day, like I told you, I had the drops are still in this video, but when you see the drops, you'll notice I broke down more than just Lael Collins. But Lael Collins was so much of a glaring issue that I erased everything else and I focused on that. He became the film study, because it really was. Let's look at the sacks given up by Steele, because I thought that Steele was the only one to struggle based off the broadcast view, where you don't see a lot of these plays because Dak is getting the ball out. You don't see what happened to Lael if he's on the ground and Dak got the ball out and TP ran up the field for 20 yards. You don't get to see that. But when you're looking at the film, you see all of it, and he's on the ground way too much, man. He mopping the floor with himself.
Yeah, and I mean, it was one of the things I saw too, bro. Right, and this is what I ask everybody to do. Don't trust me. Don't trust Akoye. Trust your eyes. Okay?
Facts.
Don't trust nobody. I really mean that. Don't go to us for validation of what you think you want to see or what you think we saying. Just trust your eyes. Now, the thing that we did is we made it easy by cutting it up. That's all we did. We cut it up.
Right.
So, if we look at these guys, now y'all let me know if y'all can see this. If y'all can't see this, we'll cut it out. But looking at the first one, I would say both of them got a plus on that. What would you say?
Right. I mean, obviously, they ain't on the ground, and Dak didn't get any pressure. But
Right.
He got the ball out so quick, you really don't know what was going to develop. But that was a good block. Get the job done is all I say.
Yeah, that was getting the job done. So we go on to play 2. Now this is all the pass plays in a row, and I would call that a plus
obviously,
2. What'd you say?
I mean, yeah, they got driven back. The pocket was collapsing, but Dak got a clean enough pocket to get the ball off, and the defenders get paid too. So I give him that too.
Yeah. So, and we going line by line, and if y'all can't see it, let me know. We just showing, and we go do part 2 of this. We just showing some of the pass pros, but this is everyone in a row. All right. Plus or minus.
Solid, man. Long
Solid.
as that, I mean, you can pause it on each one, but at the end of the day, long as Dak is upright and ready to it can get the ball out clean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We all okay with that. That's what we want. A clean pocket or a clean Dak, either or. I'm not worried about that. That was a good one
Yeah.
too. Like at the end of the day, if he can get the ball out, that's fine with me. That's fine with everybody.
Yeah. So the first 4 pass plays, I agree. Both the tackles, I gave both of them solid pluses. So we on play 6 of all the pass plays.
One thing I want to say now that you kind of looked at that last running play too, and that was a solid block on both their parts too. But one thing I want to say now that we're looking at run, what I will say in Collins' defense, he played the run. He ran block pretty well. I'll give him that.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah.
They got driven. They both got driven right into
Yeah.
his lap.
So minus on both. And so both of them are equal, left and right, when we looking at plus or minus. And this is why we saying participate. So the Cowboys World Chat. Listen, we go cut the stream, bro. They saying it's lagging. We'll just do a part 2 of this, because you got to be able to see this clear, or we just can't do it. So
yeah, no problem.
So real quick, let's just
talk it out, man. We don't need the screen. We can talk it out.
Yeah, we'll just talk it out. So real quick, and listen. Somebody said we can see it. Nah, we not gonna do no lagging film. No, we not gonna do that.
That's
gonna
be torture for everybody.
That's torture, and you gotta be able to see it. If you can't see it, we can't grade it. It's just what it is. We'll get that fixed though. But just real quick, I just want to talk to you also about what I think is a solution, because I heard what you said over the phone, and I'm really ready to eat crow on that, on some of the stuff I said, because I originally, Akoye, was thinking that Steele needed to play left and allow him to develop. But after really looking at, Lael at the right, I'm thinking you did right, because this is exactly what Akoye told me. He said, boss, it would be really better for the Dallas Cowboys to have one side solid, so where they just need to fix the other, versus having both sides struggling as well as developing. I couldn't fight that logic. So when he broke that logic down to me, I was like, you know what? That's what the OC said the following week, and that's why he also lobbied for Ty Nsekhe.
Right.
So I want you to speak on that real quick.
I mean, with the understanding that I'm a boxing coach, so to switch from conventional to southpaw, meaning going from a right-handed position to a left-handed dominant position, is difficult if you're talking to a fighter and you ask a fighter to do that. That's not easy, right? So in the same breath, to ask a lineman to do it, to ask Liel to play on the left where he hasn't played, is I understand something that would cause him to struggle, correct? But he's already struggling in his comfort zone, which is on the right. So
Right.
where we didn't have a problem before this game with Still. So if you want Leo to get reps, in my opinion, if you're going to have someone struggling on the job and learning on the job, that's fine because Smith's not here, right? I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But put the kid the swing tackle and Still, who was comfortable on the right, put him back on the right and allow that line to stabilize itself so that he can slide protection and just help Collins on the left, which I'm not saying is easy to do, but it's better than having both of those guys in disarray and Dak running for his life, which is what we saw. And like I said, it's all coming from a spirit. This is not coming from a spirit of trying to criticize him just to criticize him.
Right.
Hell no. This is coming from a need to win. I want to win.
Right.
And we're winning right now.
Right.
And that last game, Dak did not look comfortable. A lot of people said, "Look, put the pressure. You take." Like in my comments, I hear so much crazy shit, man. Excuse me, friends. Can I curse on here? I know. I don't know.
No
I
curse.
curse a lot.
But go ahead.
No cursing. My bad.
You good.
So I hear a lot of crazy stuff in my comments, and people are saying like, "Oh, you took all the heat off Dak." If your quarterback plays the worst game that you've seen him play this season, and it's the only game where Collins starts at right tackle other than Tampa Bay, well, starts out of shape anyway, then what else we got to look at? Like,
Right.
why would I put the pressure on Dak when clearly he wasn't standing in clean pockets going through progressions like we've seen him do all year? So yes, he had the worst stats that he's had all season, and in a long time had one of his career worst games. But that tells you how pivotal that line of scrimmage is, and those linemen are in front of him, man. That's how pivotal it is. And you had continuity and the young kids still doing the job. So I don't have a problem with seeing him over there and having Collins switch sides at this point. Still's using his length very well. He has very good athleticism, but that's not what I'm really touting when I look at him. What I like about Still, he's a protector. Like this kid is, it's not that Collins isn't, but Still is a vicious kid at that. Like when you look at him finish blocks after he pancakes a guy, he's still going after him. I like how he plays over there, and I like how he's been playing this year. And if we're talking about meritocracy, right? This is a meritocracy. Collins, if you want to say Collins has the better career, Collins is the better player, you're probably right? But Collins hasn't played in 2020. He didn't play this year either. So it's been about a year and a half since you've seen that version of Collins. And I don't care if you want to count the Tampa Bay game. He wasn't dominant in that game. He was just good for most of the game. And then in the fourth quarter, he got tired. Still has been dominant at times, but consistent to say the least. And that's saying something for a kid that's undrafted that's coming in here, filling in for a guy that we know is a lineal Pro Bowler. So I think he's earned the right to lose the job on his feet rather than on the seat. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel.
Yeah, and that's how I feel too. And I think that's a super accurate analysis. Just a super accurate, fair analysis. And my question to Akoye is, why do you think your opinion and my opinion is so outside the mainstream right now? What do you think is causing that?
I mean, obviously it's time, bro. Like, I don't know how much time people, and I'm not talking about, other content creators. I'm talking about the entire narrative, ESPN and beyond. When you're preparing for next week, you're preparing for Atlanta, you're looking at that film. Like, I spend a ridiculous amount of time on film. I'm proud of that because I like watching film. And I spend a lot more time on our old film than most people due to that. But I'm not saying anybody, you got to listen to me because I say that either, because we already know you and I can watch the same film, but you might be keying in on a different technique or a different player even on that same play. That you might say, well, you might think this play broke down because of this guy, but look at what he's doing over here. And there's merit to both those things.
Right.
But the reason I know I'm outside of the common era, not just the way I started in this game, but also I don't have a problem saying things that are being disagreeable or saying things that I know to be true, even if it's not the thing that would get me what I want, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Even if it's not benefiting me, if it's true and it's fact, I'm gonna go stand on that, man. And
Yeah.
if I watched that game and it was still, then still would have got the horns. It would have been no problem with that. But when it's Connor Williams, Vach actually said something to me that chilled me out on him, which is you got 68 snaps in the game. You can't judge a player by 2 snaps where Connor gives up a sack here and there in a crucial point in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that when he says that. So with that in mind, if that's the philosophy, when are we allowed to say, hey, there's a problem here? If you're on the ground 8 to 10, maybe 12 times in one game, that there is a problem, my friend. That's not judging a player off of 2 plays. That's judging him off of the entirety of the game. And he didn't settle in or get comfortable the entire game. And I understand that it's one game, but it only takes one play to get you up out of here, to get Dak up out of here. So I'm protecting the bag at all costs. That's the way you got to play, man. That's the way it is when we're going for a championship. And now, in my opinion, I'm not scared to say that. So when you to your question, why do we say things and kind of end up on the outside of the common narrative? It's because there's no fear in that. I'm not in it to impress anyone. I'm not in it to agree. I'm in it just to find the truth. And if you and I are both looking for that same thing, we're gonna meet in the middle, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I think we met in the middle a couple of times. And it's a couple of times we met in the middle. We weren't trying to meet in the middle. I was not trying to meet in the middle when you did your breakdown on Cox as a coverage guy.
Yeah, I didn't even know you.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. People think that like we talked prior to.
No,
nah, I didn't know you.
No,
so it was like that was just osmosis. And even this, like, I don't watch anything.
Right.
And it's not like I watch you when I can. I watch Vach when I can. I watch all that, but I don't watch anything. So I didn't know that. I knew there was a debate in regards to who's the top 5. We got a top 7. I've seen things like that, but didn't make this film because I was trying to end or start a debate. I made the film because of what was on the film.
That's it.
That's where you were coming from, and that's where I'm coming from with it. That's what's on the film. Period.
That's what's on the film. That
and
is.
I can't argue it. And if you want to defend it, how can I defend you on the ground? I can't.
Yeah, and see, listen. So, Akoye, his anthem is "Take It to the Film," and I asked him.
Prove it with the film.
Yep. My bag. Let me change that.
You got it. Go ahead.
Let me prove it. I want to get it right.
I thought "Take It to the Film" was your thing, so I was like, "Oh, that's your spin on it." No. I ain't knew that. Yeah, but prove it with the film, man. Yeah, for sure.
Get it right on the spot.
Man, you can do that shit right on the spot, man. That's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
Put me to shame with that production quality, bro.
Man, we just I gotta represent it right, bro. If I quoted it right, let's get it right.
Spade.
But yeah, man. So that's one of the reasons why I'm really actually growing more and more fond of your work, bro. Because I see that you have integrity with your work. It's integrity with your work, and I respect a man that's willing to stand alone to be on the right side of what's best for the Cowboys. And that's not easy to do. And I watch you do it all the time. When I watch Akoye, okay, I'm gonna tell you, I watch Akoye on this channel.
Man, I be sweating over here, man. They be tearing me into asshole. And excuse me, I'm cursing again, man. My bad. I gotta get a swear jar or something. But they be tearing me up, man. And losing. I get 200 subs and then I lose 50 of them when they hear me talk about stuff they don't like. And I'm like, all right.
It's the cost of truth.
Like that, like 200 to lose 50, 200 to lose 50. That my page go like a heartbeat. It go up and down, like stocks. You think it's Bitcoin out there?
Hey man, but that's the cost, bro.
But if I was in it for that, like if I was trying to just grow, I would just say what's popular and just
exactly.
Get it with. I can. If I wanted to, I'm not going. I mean, obviously, I'm not. If I'm telling the truth that doesn't help me, why would I be saying it otherwise? I'm not saying it just to have something to say because it's not helping me. It's not like it's getting me more followers for it.
Right. No. So this is why I'm telling y'all should follow Akoye. Y'all should follow Boss Cowboy, because I told Akoye today, I say, bro, we are way more the same than what we even know. We are the, because I don't mind standing alone. I don't. I'm cool with that. Right. But going back Going back to tackle real quick, just having a conversation. They say the stream working now. They say it's everything looking good. They say it's no glitches or nothing. I guess it just Murphy had to chill out.
It was about Murphy's Law.
Yeah,
that
Murphy
dude Chuck Benall said, "What about this interior line versus the run on defense?" Let me. Can I jump on that real quick?
Yeah, go for it, homie.
I want to keep going with I just want to address that question because we keep getting talked to like they were just gaping holes wide open. It wasn't like that. You were playing two power runners in Gordon, who's a one cut back that's a power runner, and Javonte Williams, I'm sorry, who's a lot like Zeke. He's a bowling ball, and if you watched his North Carolina film, you know like he's one of the toughest men in the league to bring down. And we got a guy like that, so they don't go and try to get rid of their interior lineman when Zeke carries the entire team to a first down marker and eats, right? Because you're playing Zeke. It's a different kind of back. And I think it was more the same with us. We had 10 tackles for loss in that game. 10. That's a hell of a lot. And that's with the game being balanced the entire game. Had we been scoring early and we weren't down, they would have run a lot less and our defense would have worn out a lot less. And you could see Dak missing throws and guys dropping passes on a regular that would have extended drives, that would have changed that time of possession. And then you got a fresher defense. So the reason you had yards up the middle is because you got more sub packages and more defensive snaps in this game than we've had all year. They were not only tired, but worn down, which is really they used our own blueprint against us. Win the turnover battle, be physical, play fast, and keep your defense off the field. With time of possession and long drives, and that's what they did to us. So I don't think there's a problem interiorly. You got to give Justin Hamilton his credit. You got to give Watson his credit. You got to give Osa his credit. Chauncey, all those guys are playing well in the middle of the field. You're not going to play stout every single game, especially when you're playing from behind for the majority of the game or all of the game. We never had the lead in that entire game. So they were able to run the ball the whole game. That's what the problem was.
Yep.
And we wore down as a result of it.
Right. So if you can't stop the run, even a trash team a squeak by you. Just period. And we just couldn't. So hold on. We got us a super chat real quick. Let me take this Akoye. We're going to talk about the super chat from Coach Marv. Let me see what you're talking about. Coach said, boss, ask Akoye if Collins plays because he been out of shape and his job was being taken. Hold on. He said, hold on.
He said you asked. He's speaking past tense.
Boss asked Akoye if Collins play is because being out of shape and his job was being taken still, and he comes back that out of shape, Collins got to go. Okay, I think I know what he's saying. He's saying that if Collins came back after 6 weeks out of shape, after watching still, he gotta go. That's what coach is saying. And I can kind of see where coach is coming from because
I can't argue with that.
Ooh, and see, people don't think we picking on Lael, bro, but your job is to protect our $160 million guy. We got to trust you, bro. We got to be able to trust you that you go come back with your body ready. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because
and if you got in trouble for drug testing. He's saying like I never had anything in my system, so on. Right. So if that's the case, it shouldn't be an issue then, right? You should be coming back ready to go, especially like you said, if you've been sitting on the sideline trying to get prepared, and you've been watching a guy who's taking your job on film anyway with the quality of play that he's putting out there, you would think he would come out a lot more impressive than that. Right. And then they say this is his first week. This is his first week back starting. This is not his first week back. He's been practicing for 2 weeks now. This is not his first week back at all. So let's stop that. He played in the Vikings game too. He just played in the backfield. So this was not his first week back. He had time to get himself into some level of shape. And I get guys in shape for fights in 2 weeks, man. So he has some time to get himself into some kind of shape. You're a professional, and we expect that, you know.
Yeah.
And I say that with no kindness at all with that, because you are a professional, and and at the end of the day, this is a meritocracy, and I don't care what name is on the jersey or what the paycheck is. Keep Dak upright, and let's continue to win. We're not going to win every game. We're not going to play well every game, but that was a far cry off of the level of play that we usually put out there. And I think a lot of it had to do. You saw Dak. What you saw out there was Dak when we played Atlanta with Chaz Green. That's what you saw out there. Frantic, doesn't have time to make decisions. He's jumpy. He's missing throws that he shouldn't be missing because he's jumpy. He knows that the line is not going to give him the time that he needs, and Denver knew that as well. So Denver was firing off the ball at him the whole game and smothering all of his hot reads and his check downs. So it's forcing Dak to hold the ball. And everybody's saying Dak's holding on to the ball too long. Well, why do you think he's doing that? Because he just don't want to let it go? You know, he holding on to it because they smothering everything short, and he's jumpy. The offensive line is not giving him what he needs at that, or wasn't giving him what he needed at that time. I know we've beaten a dead horse and harping on that Broncos game, but it's important to me because, like I said, Dak, especially with me, Dak has come a long way, man. I've had like a total 180 on Dak due to the fact that you can see that he's putting in the work. I respect guys that put in the work. Terrence Steele.
Oh my God,
I didn't like him last year. He's putting in the work. Connor Williams, didn't like him 2 years ago. He's putting in the work. So, Collins, you got to put the work in, Playboy. You got to put the work in, man. Shout out to Rue Glock out there, man, too. You be everywhere, bro. I want you when I grow up, man. I want to be just like you, man. Rue Glock be everywhere.
Yeah, man. And see, that boy Akoye say, I mean that in the meanest way possible, because you're right. You're a professional.
Right.
Somebody said this, bro. I want to get your thoughts on this. My boy Quincy said, Boss and Lael supposed to be friends. You come in out of shape like that? You know what I mean? Is that really looking out for your friend?
I mean, I ain't gonna speak on their friendship because they got other reasons to be with. I ain't gonna go that far, Quincy. Like you, I ain't gonna start that conspiracy. Akoye said Leo don't even mess with Dak like that. He don't mess with that. He mad he got paid. Man. But I will say, you right though to a degree. I know, to a degree, yeah. Beyond that, even if you hate the guy, you still a professional and you want to win, man. And it's a lot riding on this season. So you need Dak comfortable. We need him upright, and that's really the theme and what we talking about. It's not. We don't have to talk about this next week if Collins gets out there and plays the way everybody knows he could play in the past. I'm not saying Collins is trash. I'm saying he played like trash truck juice in that game. Period.
Yeah.
Is he trash overall? I wouldn't say. You don't throw a baby out with the bathwater. I know what he can do when he in shape. That would be like me if I was going to come out that hard at Collins. I would have did that to Jalen a long time ago. I'll give you time to get back to where you need to be, but at the end of the day, it's a difference with Collins and any other players on the field because nobody else is protecting our quarterback. So I gotta really harp in on that. You know what I mean? But you see it here. I see you keep rewinding. They made this dude look like DeMarcus Ware out there.
Oh man. Yeah.
And that's not the hip. That's not the hip. That's just bad technique, man. That's bad technique. And if it is the hip, we'll find out this week.
Right.
We'll find out this week.
Let me ask you another question. What's your thoughts? Because I'm thinking it is his hip, okay? Especially with all that falling. But you make a good case that it's not his hip when you talk about the Tampa game. You know, your Tampa, and I'm listening to what you said. No, this is not a repeat show. Akoye, he wasn't on here, but that's a good point. When you look at, okay, you played pretty decent because I said the same thing. I said his tape started good with Tampa, but it got worse as obviously time went on, which means that's conditioning, right? But you're right. If you can hold up for 3 quarters or 2 quarters, right?
Right.
even though you gimpy, but you doing your job, then yeah, it might not be that hip. But at the same time, if it is that hip, can we even trust him in the idea of left guard? Because to your point, he getting pushed back by no-name guys, edge guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, the interior
Yeah,
guys gonna have way more power.
They go if defensive ends, thin defensive ends and linebackers are lifting you off the ground, literally.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have some problems inside. Like if that
Right
was
there.
Harris.
Look at
and
that.
And the Broncos don't even have a big line. And that's a play that I don't even think I put that one in one of mine either. I missed that one. But that was a good one. That was a good pressure. Look at that. Yeah, he got lifted up. He got right into his friend. There was no punch on that. That was just a hug.
Yeah.
No punch at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no punch at all.
Yeah. And see now, listen, this is why boys that think I'm in love with the idea of him playing left guard. No, I'm not. because I'm looking at more and more film that's making me doubt that idea now. You know what I mean?
I'm not in love with it because you got to think about it. To say that a guy who doesn't even play the position should play better than a guy who's playing good, which
Right.
Connor Williams is good at the
Yeah.
position. Not great,
Good.
but good.
Yeah.
But good at the position. It's just disrespectful to Connor anyway. And it's not about his feelings. It's just, do you really think that? Now, if you do, like I said, I agree there too. Put Connor McGovern in there, then if you want to see somebody play left guard other than Connor Williams.
Yeah,
McGovern played well in that Tampa Bay game too. He was throwing Vita Vea around like
he did.
And Ndamukong Suh
He
pretty
did.
damn well. He
Yes, he
He
did.
was beating them down into a pulp. So, I can bang with that.
Yeah, I'm starting to actually come around to that because I was beating the drum for Lael, obviously playing left guard. But
Nope.
if you getting pushed by defensive ends, Boss Cowboy would, you know what I would do?
Mm-hmm.
And get that bird
Give it
out
to
quick, get the eating. Straight up. So,
Yeah.
real quick, man, what's your thoughts on what you think the Cowboys go do going into Sunday? You the coach, what would be your adjustment?
I mean, well, offensive line wise or the entire team?
Let's talk offensive line and then entire team.
Offensive line, I think we've glazed over it a little bit, but like I said, the philosophy is I know we're going to struggle, obviously, when Tyron's not there because we don't have one guy on the team that can do what Tyron does. That's how impactful. Every time Tyron goes out, we struggle.
Yeah.
That's how impactful he is. But we can't have a gaping hole on both sides of the line. So you can't have it where both tackles are struggling and still wasn't struggling at right tackle. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Leave still where he is. Take Collins and put him on the left side and let him struggle over there. And then you know where you need to chip. You need to chip where Collins is until he gets his feet up under him. Fine. I even saw them chipping in this game. Like I saw TP chip on one play and Collins still fell. So, at the end of the day, chip. Help him out. Do what you got to do. Get the guns out, shoot somebody, whatever you got to do. But don't make it so that Steele is struggling as well because that's not just affecting Steele, that's affecting Dak as well. So I don't know what the week of practice is like. Hopefully I'm eating some crow this week and we see a lot of pancakes. And if
Me
we
too.
do, I will gladly talk about something else, man.
Yeah.
No problem.
None.
No problem at all.
None.
I don't hate none of these guys. I don't care what they get paid. I don't care who
Right.
their baby mama is. It's just at the end of the day, I want them to play well and I want to win. With the entire team, I feel like we came out, even with that, and I will say this about the team, even with the way those guys played, both of them, Steele and Collins, we still left a lot of yards on the field. There was a lot of drops, a lot of balls hit hands. Those that did hit the hands were dropping. Dak missed maybe 4 crucial throws, and there were a lot of passes hitting these guys' hands, and they weren't delivering. We got to execute and score early to play our style of football because we're a scoring team, and our defense is built. You can say whatever you want about this defense being having the potential to be elite or not elite. Don't matter. Defenses on any team are built to complement the offense. Otherwise, none of this works. This defense is built to pin its ears back when that offense gets us up. We play fast and hard and aggressive, and we're able to wear teams out because we're deep. We can't do that when we're the ones getting hit in the mouth, and you have a bunch of young guys having to think because the game is close, so they have to think on every play and play honest on every play. We can never pin our ears back. We were up against it that entire game, and we need to score early and be aggressive this game. If you're gonna fail big, man. Score, be aggressive, go hard at it. And I credit Dak for delivering some of those passes, even though the line wasn't where it needed to be. But those guys got to catch them. CeeDee Lamb, we can talk about his hands all day. We got rid of a guy. We got rid of Dez because he had a lot of drops. You remember that conversation, right?
Oh yeah.
So these guys got to stop dropping these passes. I don't care about you hearing footsteps. Catch the ball, get rocked, and talk about it later. That's why I'm happy to have my man Michael Gallup back, because that's the type of cloth he cut from. He's a vicious dude. And he's my favorite receiver on the team because of how he plays. He's not the best receiver on the team. I will say that and be honest. That's Cooper. But he's my favorite because of the style of play. Sort of, he's like I say this all the time, he's like the Tank Lawrence of the offense. He's the guy that's going to go through your face and get the job done. Tank, you don't know what his pass rush moves are. He just get the job done with his sheer tenacity and aggression, and Gallup does the same thing. So offensively, I think we can get it done, man. I really do. I just feel like we need to be aggressive early, and if we are, I think we win this game. I know everybody kind of gun shy because everybody was hype on the last game, like, oh, we said that and we didn't win. Nah, man, I'm not scared to say it. We should beat and will beat the Atlanta Falcons, but we have to play our style of football. And we beat the Broncos if we were to ever see them again in life if we play our style of football.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not what we brought out there that day, and it showed. So, man, that sucks. But now it's time to put that to bed and let's move on, man. We can win this game, and I think this defense. The good thing is it wasn't one of those losses where we felt like we beat ourselves and everybody's like, oh, we could have won that game. We beat ourselves. No, it stung. It hurt. It hurt so bad everybody got pissed off, including myself, right? It stung. That embarrassment will show us something because we'll see how they bounce back, this week. And that'll be important to see how they handle adversity.
Yeah, some of my thoughts, bro, is I think we got to run the ball. I think we got to very aggressively commit to running the ball, because I was actually watching the Florida-Denver game, and you can see early that we had a commitment to running the ball, but as soon as we felt like they got ahead, we started being pass happy. That's exactly what
Not necessarily, though. See, what you think about the idea of Zeke got hurt on that 4th and 1. He bent his knee backwards.
Right.
So
yeah.
I think
You're right.
You're right. You don't call the same plays with Zeke that you call with TP. So and TP can't pass protect the same way either. So that also affected the way this game flowed. You couldn't play your style of football. Kellen could have had a whole list of plays that he wants to call that he don't call for TP.
that got chucked in the right. And thank you.
Right. And
thank you.
Zeke tried. I give him his credit.
Yeah, he tried to bang through it, but you're right. Once Zeke got hurt, that changed the whole dynamic of your running attack. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't listen. Y'all would never see me fight sound logic. Never. You would never see me when anybody make a logical case. I'm not fighting it, bro. I'm gonna agree and move on quick. I'm gonna take that crow. I'm gonna eat it quick, and then let because he was right. Like Zeke changed that, but going into this game, if Zeke is healthy, run the rock. Like run the rock. That's number one. Number two,
100.
Number two, obviously, you got to get the ball out. Like all of your plays need to be plays that's designed to help your tackles. Now, I'm going to kind of flip the script a little bit, Akoye. I want to get your thoughts on this, and I'm going to ask you another question. I got 2 questions for you. All right. I'm thinking about that. They need to start Ty left. I think they need to start Ty left. Yeah.
And still right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that needs to be, you remember Showtime at the Apollo, right?
Yeah, of course.
Remember that? The Sandman need to come out after the first half if Collins comes out and does this in the first half. And I would agree then, because I'm serious. I know people don't like it.
Say sad, man.
But they like it until you see Dak on a gurney. I don't want to see Dak hurt. Knock on wood.
Right.
So if he comes out and he's, falling all over the place, put Inseki out there and put Steele back on the right, and let's win this game. Real quick and easy. Because now that we put that on film, not only are we going to get some of the things Denver did, but we're going to get more than that. They're going to give us their best punch too. And I said this earlier today on Sky's show. We don't just get the hate that we get because we're Cowboys, like because you're America's team, because we got one of the largest fan bases, because we're one of the most televised teams. We get Turkey Bowl every year. Teams don't like us just because of that. That's even when we're losing. We could be 4-12 and teams still want to kick our ass. Excuse my friends, want to beat us down because of the fact that we're televised. Even when we have the same record as the Browns some years, but in years past, you still don't like the Cowboys, right? So you got that already playing against you anyway. That gives people get up for these games regardless, right? But now you're winning too, and you look like you can win. So you see how much locker room juice the Broncos got now, how much momentum they got now because of the fact that they were able to say, we beat the Cowboys, which were one of the hottest teams in the league and touted as being one of the best teams in the NFC. So for us to be for them to come out there and give us their best punch and win, it gives teams a lot of confidence. So every team even teams that are losing on a downward spiral are looking for, something to turn the tides, And at the end of the day, they say, a drowning man will reach for a straw. So you can't give them none. You can't give them none. Right now, what we learning now is like a lioness and her cubs. She wound the animals, she wound her cubs, and she teach them to finish and kill. We need to learn how to finish off a season and how to kill, even when we're, getting everybody's best Sunday punch, man. And now it's time to learn how to kill and stay focused. So I'm glad that happened to us, believe it or not. I'm glad I had to say what I had to say about Collins too, because it shows that, one, we're passionate about what we do. Two, it'll show us something this week. We'll get to see how well the Cowboys come back and how they deal with adversity, because they can fold after that. People say, is that the blueprint like the Rams back a couple years ago? It's no blueprint, man. It is what it is. Our offensive line just so happened to struggle, and it was a perfect storm. They struggled up front, and the wide receivers and our specialty players struggled on the back end. And then as a result, our defense got worn the hell out, man. And it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We ain't gonna see that again, though.
No, I don't think we're gonna see that again either. Yeah, man, I forgot my second question. So listen, man, you got it. Yeah, I just straight up forgot, but it was a good one too, because it was a curveball. God, I hate that when it, man. I hate that when that happen. Anyway.
Right, me too. It'd be right there for you.
Man, bro, listen, it was gonna set it off. Damn, y'all give me one second.
I gotta hear this, man. Yeah, you want to hear it too.
Yeah, you got any more thoughts, man? Style for me while I try to remember real quick. Any other thoughts?
No, I really feel like I said I'm hyped for Sunday. I haven't been this hyped in a little while because I'm ready to get back to that winning feeling. So, for me, no more real statements. I said what I need to say on it, but at the end of the day, remember, we can't fall apart now, and that is something we can end it on.
Yeah,
that goes for not only the fan base, not only us as content creators and the team. This ain't the time to fall apart, because we building something major here, man. Yeah. On a consistent basis, all of us get more numbers than the actual team that we report on. When they online, when they on YouTube, and they know it. When they on Facebook, we running laps around them there too. They know this, so we're building something major here, man. And I'm happy to be I'm humbly approaching this, and I'm happy to be one of the names mentioned in this movement of content creators, because this is the wave of the way we'll consume content in the future, and hopefully it's for years to come. Because as you can see, man, somebody said it, like, Akoye working today. LP, I think, said it. And I am. I've been here since this morning, man. I've been going. I was doing filming between that, and I went to the gym today. So, at the end of the day, I love what I do. I love it. I love it, and it's no joke, man. And I love all y'all too, man. Like these back and forths give me a feeling of understanding and depth, because you see what you get out of something that you pour yourself into, man. And I poured myself into this. I've decided to die on this hill, and it's a pleasure to be here doing it, man. So it's respect all across the board, and I feel like we catch more flies with honey than we do with what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say the word on your show.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
Listen,
let's continue that, man. It's all love and respect, man.
All love and respect. I want to address this thought real quick by Laurel. He said, I don't understand how your eyes see the film and don't be honest with yourself. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest. It's not that many people who actually showing the film. Just being honest. It's a lot of people that's going with what they hear more than what they see. That's what make Akoye media a treasure. And not just that he shows film, it's the way that he go about it. It's the way that I go about it. Is we go about it to be honest. And if we got to stand alone, we will stand alone. So what you're looking at, Laurel, is you're looking at people who are manipulated a lot of times, accidentally, sometimes intentionally, by the crowd. And so what we doing here is we trying to train people how to look at film unbiased. That's why we was getting ready to go through this whole exercise with the OC that we had to abandon, where we was go show the left side, we was go show the right side, but the whole thing was go be about training our eyes. People just untrained, bro. I'm being all the way honest. People not trained how to independently watch film. Right. Before we get out of here,
I'm not
man,
even take it that deep. It's even beyond that. You got what you call confirmation bias.
Yeah,
and that's where you want to believe a thing so bad.
Yeah,
that even when it's right there smacking your face, you know, you ignore it. We see that in all walks of life, man. You got people who don't want to believe their mate is what their mate is, and they live there for years. You got people who don't want to believe that they want to believe their career is better than it is, and they stay with a job too long, knowing that it's not going to get them nowhere. That's confirmation bias on all forms. So it's no different here. You know, you know, it's people who. And I ain't talking about, you know, at the end of the day, not any one person. It's really, at the end of the day, you'll watch guys who really can see. Because I've had arguments with people in my comments too, who will say what I'm saying is wrong when I'm like, I'm not making this up because I don't care to. I'm just telling you, I'm just an interpreter. If you put the film in front of me, it could be blank. I'm going to tell you what I see, and you might see something different. But certain things you cannot deny. And if you say that the way right tackle was supposed to be played is on the ground, then we don't agree, because you're not supposed to be there. Now, I will give you this, though. The back end of that, and I will say it once again, they say it's just one game, and I hope they're right. I hope he proves us all wrong this game. Yeah. I really do. Even though I will kick you in the nuts if I'm right, but I do hope I'm wrong. And there go the crow right there. I got one behind me on that mantle. I don't got no problem eating them.
None.
Don't, because that means we winning.
Exactly.
I always say that. If I'm eating crow,
right,
that means we got better.
Crow is always good. Always good. Never bad.
Oh, we ain't even talk about that too. Randy is out, and that is definitely.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Just
real quick.
Yeah.
Just real quick. If you don't, unless you gotta go.
No. We no. I'm saying shh because he's hurt, but we can carry it another 5 minutes. It's cool.
Okay, I say. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Set the tone.
Well, I say this: with Randy being out, the good thing is we got some solutions. We got some stuff we've seen before. So now we know Parsons is an option, even though that probably wouldn't be recommended this game. You know, you want him to. You want him to continue his reps at linebacker because he's also showing that he's just as a terrorist as a linebacker as he is as a pass rusher. I do think they need to ramp up his reps, though, at defensive end. Obviously, third and long, passing situations.
Right.
Yeah, you got to go. Put Mike out there.
You got to get him in third and long first.
You got to.
Yeah, that's all. And
but you got to get him there. Yeah. So I'm not in a panic. Not wired that way. I think Randy.
I'm not in a panic. It's just a bummer for Randy, and they need to figure out whatever they eating or whatever they doing in practice to where everybody getting the same damn
calf.
Injury. I don't know what that calf is. It's the calf monsters hurting everybody. But
that gotta be. I think gotta be the strength coach, though, bro.
I don't know what that is, man. So maybe they overworking it. I don't know. I actually got the same problem too. I got a calf strain in my right calf.
Yeah.
Real rap right now.
Right
So,
now?
like, right now as we speak, pushing off my right foot. But I know why I got it.
Yeah,
I was in the ring, so
yeah.
that's different. But it's just like that's a little different.
Right.
But I will say though, Basham has earned the right and earned some respect with the amount of pressures that I've seen him getting. Sometimes he looks a lot like Randy out there. He's just not the one getting those sacks. Randy's got a little bit more it than he does.
Yeah.
But Basham has shown me more and not just he's not just an athlete stunting guy. He has moves now that he wasn't really putting on display in New York. And I'm respecting this game. So I wish we didn't cut Bradley and Nye. I hope he's still somewhere close where we can go get him, because I would love to see Bradley and Nye step up in Gregory and Law's absence too. So that would be dope. Young DA, let's see what Dorrance Armstrong got, when he out there, and give Chauncey a little bit more reps on the outside. We also use Oso on the outside at times too. So we'll just dig into those rotations, I think, a little bit more now that Randy's hurt.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Akoye. To be all the way honest with you, I think all these so-called alleged injuries and mishaps and COVID and all the other stuff that's been happening where people have been absent, honestly, I think this is the making of a Super Bowl team. I really believe that. I think because just think about it. Everything that's supposed to have worked against us has worked for us, right? So when we lost Tank, that forced us to what? Put Micah out there on the edge to see what he can do. Shined, right? So when we lost Gallup, what did that do? Give Cedric Wilson necessary reps in case he got to step up at any moment. And then obviously when we lost Lael, what happened?
Making us deeper.
It's making us deeper. So it's almost like one of the scriptures that say all things work together for the good. That's what it looks like. Just a bit.
And think about it. You got 4 guys out. Think about these 4 guys right now, and 3 of them been out most of the season. Neville Gallimore, Tristan Hill, DeMarcus Lawrence, and now Randy Gregory. That is a starting defensive line. The whole starting defensive line is gone,
bro.
And we still balling. Let's relax a little bit. We need more interior alignment. We just need our guys back. If your guys that you trusted enough to start remember the game versus the Steelers, this was your line.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying? A year ago. You look there, none of those guys are here. None of them. And we still played at a high level. And you haven't even mentioned Trenton's name most of the season. Most of us don't even mention his name. And he played well last year. Neville Gallimore was coming on too last year. We all miss Tank. We know what he brings. But you got guys in Chauncey who you're not complaining like get this kid off the field. You're not complaining that Osa has to play for Neville Gallimore. Osa has gotten this. You hit the nail on the head. If these guys were here, we wouldn't know what we have in these other kids that's out here, man. Grown ass men, excuse my French. These other young men that are out here, we wouldn't know what we have. So it's made us deeper, man. You hit the nail on the head with that. It's made us deeper. So I don't like the fact that Randy's hurt. Don't get me wrong. I don't like not seeing Tank out there either. I know I beat Tank up because he always, hurting the same thing. He hurt that back because he tried to run through everybody's face. But at the end of the day, we got to see what our stock really called for. You got to see what Bradley and I really can do. Where Bradley and I went up against Slater in that Chargers game. I said, wow, he the only one to beat him. So you can see that promise. Even Kamara has been on the field. I've seen Kamara making, some plays. So it's like we're getting deeper, and these guys are getting crucial experience that they wouldn't get. He
Coach
said LV.
I feel like he did play better. Now, because he's saying better. See, keep in mind, he's not saying necessarily great. No, compared to himself, in my opinion, Coach, I saw the same thing. I think he played
compared to himself.
So
he played better. That doesn't mean he's playing good.
Right.
It just means he's playing better than he historically played.
Right.
And he's getting to the spots. Is he a low? You were right when you said he plays more like 235. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I said that. I said he tickles guys down to the ground. He's been doing that. That's for sure. And when it comes to the thing we brought him in here for, we brought him in here. That's true. We brought him in here for pass coverage. And when it comes to pass coverage, he's not the strongest there either. So or playing in space. So yeah, he still has that issue. But when it comes to the run, he's been getting to his spots and at least making that initial contact. Whereas before we were having to worry about him not even engaging the block or shedding the block. He's doing that. He's doing that now, and he's making hits. It's just not very impactful ones. So I agree that you say, you don't think he's better because it's not translating. You're ready for him to be that first round talent, and he's not playing like that. Still,
No,
I will
he's
give
not.
you that. And
Yeah.
the other kid, somebody said something for Troy Dudley. This is my man. He said Akoye ... Jalen, LOL, right? He said, but I hope you're wrong about Liel, but you're not. I am, but I'm not. Like I'm wrong about Liel when it comes to, if you want to look at his overall career and what he will be with time back under, back with some snaps. I think Liel can get back. He can return to form for sure. Whereas I was hoping that it was, Nolan and COVID last year with Jalen, and now we found out that there's really something off with his knee. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He was limping when he was here, and when he went to the Packers, you saw more of the same. He was jumping the same way over there. So there's something going on there. And with all due respect, he got a great story. I'm happy for him. He got paid. He's doing what he's supposed to do when it comes to he's living his dream. But I hope he does redshirt the rest of this season and get his legs. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Looked at so that he can heal. Maybe he has a shot, but maybe he needed to sit down. Like you said, sometimes it's blessings in disguise, man. And maybe
Sometimes
this is
it
one of them
is.
for him.
It is what it is.
I like that comment you had me. That's what I was laughing at when I was looking down earlier when I was looking at Troy when he said that. He had me cracking up, man.
Yeah. So y'all check this out, man. I want y'all to definitely make sure that y'all follow Akoye, man. He got a fire page. I'm gonna just say it, man. I think he one of the best in the game, like straight up.
Appreciate
I think he
that,
is like straight up, like he is top 2, top 3 easily, probably number 1. Like, I got to give my boy that much love, man. I'm very impressed with your work, bro. I love what you do.
Man.
I want you to like any way I can help you, bro. I want to continue to just help, just any way, because I think you got the voice for it.
Yep.
I think you got the integrity for it. I think you put in the work for it. And I love how you willing to be independent. Like, you don't follow crowds. Like, you the type man that I will fight with all day. So any final words,
that,
bro? Like where they can talk you and all that kind of stuff, where they can find you and all that kind of stuff.
Man, you already know you didn't set it, and you set the tone so well for it. I appreciate that. I'm humbled by that, man. Like I said, I love what I do, but and I'm gonna continue doing it. So thank you for that. I'm at Akoye Media as you see at the bottom of the screen. Definitely follow me there on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter there. I'm going to be more active on my social media. If y'all saw what it takes for me to sit down, like I got my 2 sons that live with me, and I'm teaching them to be men, man. No excuses, but I've been doing this all day with the extra life, not just doing this all day, like sitting on my couch. I mean, like real rap. I'm out here teaching my sons what they need to know. I'm out here running around, running my businesses, and sit down and do this. So trust me, I can't wait till I get to a point where I can just focus on what we do here, man. But I thank you for acknowledging that, because I do, like I said, love what I do. And I will become more active on Twitter, man, for sure. Not only Twitter, but TikTok and IG as well. So you'll see that coming in the weeks to come. Special K, appreciate that, man. That's all love, man. But thanks for having me. And I'm glad we could all rap, because like I said, man, this community, we've had things go on in our community as fans, not just the YouTube community, just as fans, where we've been dealing with it for a long time. We've been losing for a while, man. It's always good to get out of that energy. And now we in one where, bruh, I can't wait to pin my ears back and go at I'm not gonna say their names. 'Cause I'm not gonna give them no shine. But I can't wait to go at other teams' fans, man. Other teams' content creators. That's what I'm made for. I'm not made. I'm not a seek and destroy, friendly fire type of guy. I'm not that guy on Call of Duty that'll tear you up friendly fire or Rainbow Six guy, man. I'm a mercenary. I'm for real. You want to send me after guys when it comes to film, and I'm a king of shit trash talk when it comes to football. I just don't like doing it amongst my peers because I truly learn something from each and every one of y'all. Even when I don't agree with y'all, I'm learning from you. Listen, I came here as the disagreeable guy.
Yeah.
And I still way learning with the likes of Vach, the likes of Law. Me and Foots argue down to the ground. See what I'm saying? So I'm here. I learned from all you. Me and you.
Yeah.
You told me, hey, we started off. I didn't even.
No, hold on. Let me save that. Yeah, because listen, this is a great example what Akoye is saying. Because listen, I am in the podcast game because of Akoye. Because I was actually debating Akoye, right, about 3-4 years ago, hard, and I'm gonna admit I was being a little bit snappy with the homie. You know what I mean? Because I had feelings. Can I tell you what my feelings were? Can I be honest? Do y'all want me to lie? Do y'all want me to lie? Be honest. All right. I was mad at him for his work on that. I was mad. And I felt like it was a hit piece on that. But what happened is I had to learn the man. I had to learn Akoye. And what I learned is, even if you don't agree, he gonna have some reasons why he thinks the way that he does. He didn't wing it. And so when I learned of his, he not wing. Even if you don't agree, that's what I had to learn. I said, okay, I don't agree, but I know he built a case based on his research, and I gotta respect his research. And so me debating him is actually West Coast start having his back. He said, bro, I get tired of people like you. West Coast was talking about me. He said, you don't have no film, but you're going at a dude that got film. I said, bro, I got some film, bro. I did some film breakdowns. He said, where is it? And I sent it to him. I didn't even know who West Coast was. I just like, here you go. Right. And then West Coast is like, hey, man, this fire, bro. You want to do some work? And that's what started everything. Right. So
I tip my hat to West Coast, man. You're a passionate dude. I tell him he boil hot, the water boil hot with him. I love him though because he gave me the courage to actually come out and start speaking live. So I'm always gonna give him his credit for it because he used to put me on Facebook and I had to talk live. And I'm like, I always could do the breakdowns and I had a sales background, but I never would speak live on the camera. And he always used to encourage that. So shout out to West Coast. Do your thing, man. He Facebook king, man. Keep killing.
Yeah, he is.
For sure.
Yeah. And so this is an example. This is the main thing I want to say before we get out of here. This is an example how men and women should do it. Where you can actually disagree, but do it in a way to where y'all able to come together and hash it out. Bro. Like literally a phone call away from really, and I learned him. And when I learned him, it stopped me from judging his work. So anyway,
and that wasn't our last argument.
We still debate.
That's where we go. Like we were just debating like
Anthony Brown
3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, Anthony Brown. We was going at it over that.
Yeah.
So like,
and we do it over the phone. Like this ain't no front.
Yeah, it don't even be for a show or for no views. We be going at each other right on the phone. So like I understand that, man. It's going to get chippy. And that's cool.
It's a contact
it's
sport.
Always football, bro. It's just football, man. Let's talk that.
Talk it out.
I keep stopping myself from cursing because
you good.
I go in, but yeah, man. I love this, man. Like I said, I'm gonna just keep saying that to you, man. Let's just keep growing and keep doing what we do, though. But you know where the sentiment is at with me.
I definitely know that, man. But hey, this is Boss Cowboy Sports. We was also with Big Brother Akoye. I also know this dude is going places. Telling y'all, this dude is going places. I see it. He turning it up. He getting more and more serious about his work, and he's super gifted at this. It's not that many people that, I'm being honest, y'all. This gonna sound cocky when I say it. It's not that many people that I look up to. It's
Damn.
really not. Just being
Yeah,
honest.
I'm humble by that.
Yeah, it's
So you
not
trying to
that
make
many
me blush
people
out
that I
here,
actually
man.
be like,
Damn.
but
Damn, bro.
the
I
homie,
appreciate that, man.
he's solid.
Seriously.
And it's the work. It's the work. It's not just the person, it's the work. He do great work, man. So listen, y'all, trust me. This type of gift that this man have, it might take 6 months, it might take 2 years, but he go take off. He go take off.
Man, I hope not. I hope
In
it
a
don't
good
take
way.
6 months, 2 years. I hope it don't take 2 years. Yeah.
Me too, bro.
Give me less time, Your Honor. Give me less time, Your Honor.
All right, and y'all already know, man. Here at Boss Cowboy Sports, we strive to be loyal. The last thing we always say at the end of every show is that we go tell you things sometimes that you don't want to hear, but it's gonna be what you need to hear, because we go always be loyal, but never devoted. Never.
There you go.
Devoted is the weakest, most disloyal thing you could ever do. But when you loyal,
Because you ain't never going to tell nobody the truth when you do
you ain't
it.
gonna tell people the truth. And that's why I love rocking with my brother Akoye, and thank you for Akoye, this you, bro. This was you today.
I was in the car, too, when I called you. I was like, yo, man, well, you called me, matter of fact. You called me.
Both of y'all shit.
What is it? Yeah, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What
What are we doing, bro?
What we doing? We supposed to be shooting at them. What we doing? What you doing?
My G, bro. All right,
Yeah,
man. But
man.
we out of here, man. We
Yeah.
out, man. Thank y'all
All right,
so
man.
much.
Talk to you, man. Appreciate it.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Shout out Sean.